yesterday we started talking about, well, first of all, that they say arithmetic when it looks like arithmetic. And really, you want to think arithmetic anyway, you want to think the most basic math you probably possibly can. Before you get too into this, I want to go to that first page where we started filling out the formulas yesterday and have you grab a highlighter. If you have one, that's great. If you don't, they're in the bag. Don't grab the yellow one. It's not going to show up too good on the yellow front cover there. So either the pink one or what's the other one? Green? Forgot what the other one is. Orange? Okay. Orange would work.
You don't need to take them off, though. You just kind of...
He's not supposed to because that's going to rip the bag. And I sewed those bags. And I don't want them ripped.
So maybe you shouldn't do that. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to get it up. That's what she doesn't want you to do.
Wasn't that a problem last time?
Yeah. It's, I can always get it back on, but I can never get it. I can never get it. Just takes it over.
Alrighty, here's what we want to do. We wrote that wonderful formula down yesterday, but sometimes through the process of learning all the formulas, we forget what we're supposed to put in. So yesterday, in a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d, what are we putting into the formula? What numbers do we have to find? A sub 1 and d, the common difference. So just highlight a sub 1 and d in that formula. So we'll remember, those are the ones we're looking for. We want a sub 1 and d. And the rest of it we just simplify. That's all I wanted to do with highlighting. You can keep it if you want to. That's
So I
it.
put all that out for...
All that work
I'm going to keep it out.
for a sub 1 and d.
Alright. See, watch. Now I can just put it away like with the split.
You might want to highlight this formula, but most people remember this formula. And this one is for, there, the arithmetic mean. The language, if you remember from Common Stats, tells you what we're going to do to find the arithmetic mean. How do you find the mean?
Adding them all up and dividing by the...
Add it all up and divide by how many you have, right? So if we want to find the arithmetic mean, all we're going to do is take two numbers, add them together, and divide by 2. So if you want to use your highlighter again, there you go, right there.
That's why I kept mine out.
That's the arithmetic mean, right there. Arithmetic mean, x plus y over 2.
There was an accident.
You guys weren't involved in it, right?
No, I wish. What?
Everybody okay?
Was there an
I think
accident?
there were.
Yeah.
It was on the intersection of Proctor and car got a T-bone.
I was right behind it. They were
Was it students? Of course it was.
Well, I guess we'll just pray everybody's okay. The arithmetic mean or average of the two numbers x and y, just x plus y divided by 2. In an arithmetic sequence, the middle term of any 3 consecutive terms is the arithmetic mean of the other 2 terms. Huh? I only gave you 3. Is it arithmetic? We probably need a couple more just to make sure. But looking at those 3, you can see that I'm adding 1. Adding 4. So here's what they're saying. If it's an arithmetic sequence, if I take 2 plus 10 and divide it by 2, I should get the middle term.
Yep.
There you go. That's how it works. That's the arithmetic mean. So this one says we're going to use the arithmetic mean to find this missing term. And I look at it, and well, they gave me everything I need for arithmetic mean. It's x plus y divided by 2. What'd you get?
37. Joe.
There it is.
Yeah.
So arithmetic mean. That's what we're doing. Now, how are they going to mess with our heads a little bit? Because what they're going to want to do is make this a little more confusing. Well, in the got it, they're not writing the terms down. They're saying, here's the 9th, here's the 11th, and we want the 10th. So the first thing I would do is write them down and leave a space in between and then find the arithmetic mean. And I'm just thinking some people probably would like a calculator.
be 11. Yes.
What's 100?
Calculators. Who needs one?
1, 3, 2, blank spot.
So that's a 0, and then you add an extra 1.
Calculators.
It's 330. Yes.
Figure out how much.
115. Well, I was adding. I was doing the adding. You know, I was doing this all in my head.
So this would be a good time to have a candy partner because Joe has just completely messed up everybody with everything they were doing. They're not real sure what the answer should be at this point. Where are we missing?
Just the cross.
Drive right over to the lot. Everybody flip the back end, take it off.
Because I ended up like scraping up against it. I've had chipped on it so many different places.
You guys
I'm just
just
disgusted at it. Yes, I got my favorite one.
What'd you get?
Fruit chew. No,
I trade that.
No, it's a black
What?
And that's why whenever I see
Does
that,
anybody have a fruit chew? A white bucket?
but still, that was a really nice job.
Oh!
Fruit chew.
Alrighty, candy up in the air. Go find that candy partner or partners. One group of 3, the dum dum suckers.
I'm gonna make you trade.
I'm gonna trade it.
You get wait till Vito. Oh, you're not sitting there.
Alright, this orange one's pretty good.
I'm making the trade now.
You're the one who's missing out.
Ooh. Ooh. Do I take a blue?
Everybody get the same thing?
115.
Do take a blue.
Could we trust Joe's 115?
Yeah.
We could.
Joe's very liar.
Yes.
Now, in your book, they're probably going to try to make this even a little bit tougher. They'll do this. They'll say a sub 9 is 132, and a sub 11 is 98, and then they'll say find the arithmetic mean. And what you have to realize is this is just 132 blank 98. I mean, that's all you're doing. You know, the arithmetic mean, add them together, and divide by 2. And then, of course, you can check that with arithmetic and make sure that 132, figure out your common difference and go through and find it. Now, the second part of this says, what's the 10th term? So we have a decision to make. Either we're going to write ourselves a formula if we want the 10th one, or we're going to sit and think of this one recursively and find the 10th one. Talk to your partner about what you want to do and find the 10th term.
We just did that.
How can we find the 7?
Let's say I want
Using that arithmetic mean. So we're going to come up with a formula that uses these 3. And it says we're supposed to use the arithmetic mean. So if we wanted that one, how would we find it using the arithmetic mean Subtract which one away? Right, because we want the 7th term. Kind of a waste of time, right?
Yes.
I mean, if we have numbers, we're not going to sit and derive formulas every time before we do this because we're just supposed to add them and divide by 2. But we're not always going to get the numbers. So they're saying if you wanted to think big formulas, you could do that if you wanted to do that. We probably wouldn't. I would say, hey, we know it's just x plus y over 2. Let's put the numbers in and find the one that's missing. But it gives you another option if you have a lot of them that you want to do. You can have a little formula for it. Alrighty, this one says we're going to use an explicit formula, just n's, not a sub n minus 1s, using an explicit formula for an arithmetic sequence. Well, right away, I'm getting this in my head. That's the explicit arithmetic formula. The numbers of seats in the first 13 rows in a section of an arena form an arithmetic sequence. Rows 1 and 2 are shown in the diagram below. How many seats are in row 13? Well, to do this, we need 2 things. And before 3 of you came in today, we highlighted them on that front page. What are the only 2 things you need to write an arithmetic sequence?
Common difference and
So, do we know how many seats are in the first row?
Yeah.
How many? Yes, it's right here. There's 14. Do we know or can we find the common difference?
2.
How'd you get it?
14 plus 2 equals 16.
Difference between row 1 and row 2. Well, let's write the formula.
Oh, thank you.
And again, we're going to simplify. That's just part of the process. There it is. Not done though. They didn't just say write the formula. What did you want us to do? What are we supposed to do now?
Gotta put in the 13.
You have to put in a 13 for the head.
Yeah, you got 13.
So 13? Let's put it in and find it. 2 times 13, 26 plus 12. 38. 38. The bigger problem is what we're going to do later in this chapter, which is how many seats are in the entire theater?
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
It isn't when we get the formulas. Once we have the formulas, it's not going to be too bad. So here is one for you and your partner. They're changing the seats. Number of seats in the first 16 rows, still arithmetic. If there are 20 seats in row 1, 23 seats in row 2, how many seats in row 16? Go ahead and do that one with your partner. So how many, everybody?
Well, there was 65.
Now, the important part of this is, what did you have to get out of all of that blah, blah, blah they had up there? What 2 pieces of info?
Oh, the common difference and a sub 1.
Yeah, already.
What was a sub 1?
20.
What was d?
3.
Had to do a little math to get that right, just a little. 23. Okay. So a sub n equals 20 plus n minus 1 times 3. A sub n equals 20 plus 3n minus 3. So a sub n equals 3n plus 17. That has to be a part of your answer, by the way. So, you know, this is about Algebra 2. I know some of you can do all of this in your head. I know that. But on the test, remember, we're showing all the steps and what we need to do. Now, what did you have to put into this?
Oh, you got to put in a 16. Yeah.
And that's where you got your 65?
Yeah.
So that's what we do. Close. Will you get the answer right? Yes. Should you? it's part of the process that we use when we're writing sequences and series, is figuring out these are the main two things we need to write this, developing a formula, and then using that formula as we go through. So our objective here was more with the feeling comfortable with arithmetic sequences. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I am like 3.5.
And right there. Oh, it took me a little bit longer.
Well, you were looking for a picture. Alrighty, everybody. Thank your partner for their wonderful help.
Thank you, partner. Sam. Nice and big. You're saying between all the Sam. Yeah, it's a sandwich. It's a sandwich. Oh.
Remember when Mitch was doing this?
Oh, no.
Oh, 19 through 31.
Oh man, and they take so long.
Shoot, they do take a long time. Eli, can I have a sheet of paper?